It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Look, screen.
Switch. Jam. Tight dog.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Bravo.
Hey, check Michael Allen. All day, baby, all day. Hey, check Michael Allen. I want that.
Buzz.
Give me that.
Hit it.
They'll throw on 2nd down his stick. He's going to float this one deep right. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
On the ready. Mike 51. Here we go.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Let's keep moving.
Off-play action. Weber. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Weber. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go.
On 2nd down, it's Stick. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And down he'll go at the 25. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here we go, D. All day.
Stick looks to throw. Goodwin able to haul it in. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 24 yards.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. Shoot, shoot, shoot.
61, matchbox lights.
Here's Stick looking to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Off the play fake. Weaver. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner.
You want this?
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down.
3rd and 7.
Ready. 15 line. 15 line.
Come on, QB, come on.
Hey, high 7.
Check Michael Allen, check Michael Allen. Hey, tight.
Let's go.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he's got room. And he will score. Touchdown, LA.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Niners 14, Rams 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Let's go.
Hey, exit.
58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. Ricky. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Silver.
Hey, Echo.
And 58's
5.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 44-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Off play action. Weber. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D. Ford, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Off the play fake. Weber. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
First down, Rams.
Cut. Right. Check right 54. Right 54. Oh, yeah, punt.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Ready. 54, right there. 54 miles.
To throw on 2nd down. Weber eluding the pressure right. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 30.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check it back.
Now it's Gurley. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Gurley again here on 1st down. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Watch the curl. Check out. Watch twist. Over. Quick.
On the toss, it's Gurley. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Back at the 12-yard line.
The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Weber. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 35-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready?
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Weber. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Weber. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Rams.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
From the gun, Weber buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. D Ford in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Looking to throw. Weber. And a pressure gets to him again. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Mike 54. Mike 54. All right, T, let's
Throwing on 3rd and long. Weber flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd and 6. At the 23-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Heavy on the edges.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Check.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
25, check 25.
Now stick. That's complete. It's Collins. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. D Ford, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Weber, he's letting it fly for Cook. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now Gold for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Run is
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Watch the curve. 56 to
On third down, Weber looking deep downfield. It got his man complete. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go. Let's go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Here we go. Over. 3, 22,
Operating from the gun, Weaver. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. That's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking win calls. Go.
58, boys. 58, Mike.
On 2nd and 12, Stick. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Ready. Can't do so.
You're not ready.
80 weapons.
You got tight right there.
Stick looking to throw on 1st and 10. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here I come again.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played the responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
On 3rd down, it's Stick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Corey Littleton in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. That's their 1st time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the 1st half. Different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the 2nd half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. 2nd and 5. Rolling to his right. That's taken in by Henderson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Right there, 56. Go on, check 26.
This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook. but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Weber. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Weber. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, Delta. Get it.
Stick back to pass. He's going to loft one. Deep left. He's got him in. Complete. 20. 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A big play there. 82 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Gurley. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Weber. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he's going to go down again. DeForest Buckner has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
On 4th down, Weber. He's going to air one out. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Coleman. A strong running. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They will run again with Coleman. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
A 50-yard attempt.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Hey, 58 is the Mike. Go 58 is the Mike.
On 4th down, here's Stick. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. At the Rams' 14-yard line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's Coleman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The Niners on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Now a give right side, Coleman. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go. Henry, 54. Mike, 54.
To throw on 3rd down. Weber, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Weber. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And you can just about put this one in the win column for the 49ers.
Set, ready? 60 or. Don't get nervous. Shoot.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line.
Okay, ready? 58, Mike.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Let's get this. Get it.
handoff, Coleman, right side. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. So the victory here for San Francisco. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for San Francisco, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.